तव कथामृतं तप्त जीवनम त्वभिलीलितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमंगलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः. Here is a wonderful word has been used, Sravana Mangalam. Even those who are just listening, those who are listening these words of God, they are also becoming purified. Why? Because in their mind, the idea about this world and God, this external world and the spiritual world, that discrimination, the idea becoming clear. That is the reason. Last time we were reading from Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, and he was narrating how it happens when a person's become the lover of God. What happens? What is this love, the divine love? We always talk about divine love, devotion to God, all this. Here we find that Narada, we were referring in our last discourse, Yam Labdva, after having reached that love for God, Yam means that is love for God, the purity of God. Puman Siddho Bhavati. He becomes successful, contented. He needs nothing else. Amrito Bhavati. He becomes so fearless. Why? Because he knew that he is not going to die. That is Amrit, the nectar. It doesn't mean the physically, but spiritually, he is going to survive, he is going to live. Tripto Bhavati. The excellent word, Tripto Bhavati, always satisfied. And never dissatisfied, always satisfied. Tripto Bhavati. The moment there is a craving for something, whatever it may be, he has not realized God, neither he has realized or have developed the love for God. Because that is the criteria that one should have, Tripto Bhavati, satisfied. And that satisfaction is complete. But maybe that he is asking for some food, some dress, clothing, that is different. But otherwise, psychologically, he doesn't need anything of this world. So that is again it's telling that Yat Prapya Na Kinchit Vanchati. After developing the love for God or receiving that divine love, he needs nothing. And that word, it has been expressed by Mirabai by only single sentence. Mere to Giridhari Lal. I only want Giridhari Lal. I only want my God and nobody else. Nothing else in this world. Dusra na koi. Whoever comes with whatever form, with whatever offerings, I don't need that. I only need my God. So that is the love. Na shochati. He never repents. Oh, why I have done like this? I could do that, this. No, na shochati, not dveshti, not aversion, na romati, na utsahi bhavati. And he is encouraged, na shochati, na deshti, na romati, na utsahi. He is not attached, he is not elated, he is no aversion and no feeling of sorry. So that is the idea, and that is the yardstick whether a person has realized God or not. There sometimes people will be claiming or or their disciples, followers, they always try to, that is a very पहुँचे हुए महात्मा, हिंदी में कहते हैं. In Hindi they always say, पहुँचे हुए महात्मा, where he has reached. पहुँच means reached. Where he has reached? To God. But आप कहने से नहीं होगा. But if you are telling that one too, because that is the criteria is there. That's why you can remember those who have read the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Then when that Bhairavi Brahmani, that lady came, and she was claiming that Sri Ramakrishna is not an ordinary sadhaka, ordinary aspirant, ordinary monk. He is Avatara himself, he is God himself. Then all other people came to argue. There was a debate. If you have visited the Dakshinate temple, the traditional temple of the Hindus, there is a temple, Garbhagriha, and then just other side, face to face, is the Nat Mandir. That is the place where this type of things used to, and then all these people, they sat together, they were discussing. What they were discussing? Whether these are the qualifications, qualities, standards that has been explained, already given in the Shastras, is it there present in his character? So that they were quoting, and Bhairavi Brahmani was proving, quoting from the life of Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna himself said, how you will know the person has realized God? In his life sometime he will feel that Balakavat, Jadavat, Unmadvat, Pishachavat. He's just like a child. He will be behaving just like a child. What is this? What is this? I want this, I don't need that. So like that he will be always just like a child. And sometimes they will be crying and creating so much a problem for the parents for some doll or something. And next moment it is throwing away. No attachment, no detachment. That type of spatial temperament mentality. What we do, usually as we can call worldly people, when you grow up, we are always considering whether this will be useful for me, then only I will acquire it. Otherwise, what shall I do? So that is we know what, but the child, no, never. So Balakabat, that person who has realized God, for him nothing is all this world. But sometimes he'll be, yeah, I want this, and then afterwards he will throw it away. One disciple of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he was in those days an engineer. And afterwards his name became Vivekananda, Prasanna Maharaj Swamiji, and he was very young. Swamiji used to say, patient. And he was a wrestler when he was a 15, 16 years old boy. In those days, all our society, he was a wrestler. And when he came to meet Sri Ramakrishna said, come, I will have a wrestling match with you. He was telling, what? This man lean and thin, what he will do with me? If I hold him tight, then all his bones will break. But Sri Ramakrishna was going on challenging. And for a wrestler, if you beat on your thigh, that means I will break that thigh. I can. So that is the ultimate challenge. You must have to accept it. Otherwise, you are a coward. So what to do? This boy went to hold, and he pushed the Sri Ramakrishna at the wall because it was so easy for him. He was so powerful, and his muscular body. But Sri Ramakrishna only touched his forehead with only little finger. One finger he touched. Immediately whole thing changed. He actually through that, he was a young man, if he asked him, come to me, I will bless you, he won't listen because he had no idea of all those things. So this way he called him near, touched him, the touch of God. is like a touchstone, transforming the iron into gold. So similarly, the human being immediately so that is why the Balakabat, he is behaving, but at the same time, he is Jadavat, totally unconscious of the external world, no, body also. And no physical consciousness at all, just like a stone, Jada. Jada and Chetana, there's two words. One is insentient, another sentient, just like the stone. The Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna we have found, and afterwards we found in the Swami Vivekananda too. When he was here in America, he said in a family he was staying, he told those people, now today you prepare the French toast and I am going for a morning walk. He went, he found a beautiful tree that reminded of Dakshineshwar, Panchavati. In our shrine trail in Ganges, we have a Panchavati. This time when you go, you must visit. Wonderfully it has been decorated, the Panchavati. And why Panchavati? What does it mean? What are the trees? All these things I have written, it will be there. So this Panchavati, it reminded Swamiji, and he sat under the tree and went deep into meditation in Samadhi and no-body consciousness. When the other people came to call him, they were calling him, Swamiji, get up, now it is time, we are all ready for the breakfast. He was sitting like a stone. They came and touched him and found no breathing, no sign of life. They were taken aback, what they will do. And it was an accident for them, Swamiji has died like this. They ran. Suddenly, one lady whom Swamiji said, if you ever find me in this condition, come and repeat the name of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. That will bring my mind down to this, again to this body. She remembered it, came and repeated the name of Sri Ramakrishna. Again, wherefrom he came back to life. That is a wonder for the science. Wherefrom he came down, wherefrom he came back, where he went, how a man can survive without breathing. So this is called Jadavat. Then Unmadavat, he will be behaving very peculiarly. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, night 2 o'clock, the person will be sleeping on the floor in his room. Sometimes, if you ever go to Dakshineshwar, you will find this very comfortable. Now they have changed, our people, they don't understand the historicity of a place. The floor that Sri Ramakrishna used, that was cemented floor, red color. In those days, that was the fashion. Now they thought it should be changed with the tiles and the stones, etc. It's costly, but they have lost that. But anyway, the God himself was there in that room for so many years. It has an environment. They have changed, I appreciate Americans, this conception. Wherever they will keep as it is. And if possible, with those things, after treatment and all that, hundreds and thousands years of back, everything will be like that. So the moment you enter into that, the association. This time we are going to organize that function in the Hilton, and again different people, now even, yesterday one gentleman came, why at Hilton? Why not a Hindu temple? Some other time we will do in Hindu temple. And again we will do in Hindu temple because we don't have money. So, this time please allow us to go over there because this is a special time. 150th birth anniversary, everyone is excited. Why? Do you think this is ordinary? No. Those who understand it, they will be benefited. Because this is the time Swamiji himself, the Shiva himself, the God himself, he is trying to help human being to understand at least a little of that divine power. Try to imagine it. Try to be associated with it. So that way, that is the idea that spiritual upliftment means what? I told that Hilton where Swamiji stayed for more than 15 days. It is an association. I know that it has changed totally. It has become a hotel and all sorts of things are there. But still, the Lord Shiva lived there himself. Believe it. The God himself lived over there, walked on the street, sat over there in the Lincoln Park. So just imagine, one gentleman, that American lady, she wrote actually, the moment you are entering into the campus of Belur Math, you must remove the shoe. And he is mentioned, she has mentioned, put off the shoes, for the land you are treading on is a holy place. If you don't understand it, you don't get the benefit. If you understand it, you get the benefit. It's all psychological. Physically, it is nothing. Our ex-president of India, Dr. Abdul Kalam, and when he came, everybody knew that he is coming. I heard this from others. And they were expecting the President of India will be coming, there will be so many. First the police van will come, then there will be siren will be there, then the bodyguard will come there. So many things will come one after another, then the President. They found nobody is coming. Only one gentleman, all white hair, coming very fast. Then they were wondering how the police has allowed him to come. Because at that very moment, it was closed for the security, no other ordinary people to come, and he was supposed to come all alone. And they saw from the distance almost half a mile. And one gentleman is coming, white hair, coming very fast. They are wondering who, and all Swamis were there to receive him. They are wondering who is this man who is coming. Then when he came little nearer, this is the President. And they found barefoot he is coming, all alone. And other bodyguards and etc., they are all running after him because they had to open their big shoes. The President himself has opened his shoes, put off his shoes, he's coming, and then he commented, "This is a holy land. How can I walk with shoe on? How can I come with the car?" This is the feeling. If you have the feeling, you realize. If you have the feeling that this is the road where Swami Vivekananda used to stroll, the Brahmananda used to go, Holy Mother came so many times and she saw Sri Ramakrishna is walking on that. All these things, this is called spiritual experience. You cannot simply see like that. So this is the bhakti. Yaj jnanat matta bhavati, stabdha bhavati, atma rama bhavati. The moment you realize that knowledge, matta bhavati. ये हिंदी में फिर कहते हैं, in Hindi they say मस्त हो गया. Mast means what? If you force the elephant to drink wine, previously they used to do before the war, they used to force the elephant to drink the wine. And they'll be doing all breaking these and that. The mast, that means like this only. Now never care for anything. Because after the realization of God, he becomes totally fulfilled. I don't want anything. Stabdha bhavati. He becomes just like stone, all quiet, sitting. Atma Rama bhavati. He's living all alone and with great joy, without any company, without any association. In great joy he is living. Why? How? Because within his own soul is enjoying. And how you enjoy the soul? That is called God himself is joy personified. The repository of joy, that is called God. After realizing God, if you are in pain, oh, I have realized God, my head is paining, my leg is also, that means you have not realized God. If you have realized God means in any condition you are in joy. That's why all the name of the second part of the sannyasi's name is Ananda. Ananda means joy. So the that always remind that you should be in joy. Sometimes some people will be, our brothers, we have come to become sannyasi, not that we are sannyasis. We have come to become sannyasi. We have to achieve that goal. So naturally they are trying. And sometimes some of our brothers, they'll be telling, oh, these and that. I told, what happened? You have come to become a happy person. Then why you are commenting like this? Always think, I am Ananda Sarupa, Ananda. Nothing happens to me. Food doesn't bother. Place doesn't bother. I am happy, I am happy. Constantly you have to go on telling, I am happy. Whoever will comes to me when they are going back should be happy. That should be the attitude of a sannyasi. Ki asa nitya sannyasi yo na deshti na kangshati. These are the words constantly. The sannyasa doesn't mean just putting on the gerua and growing the beard. That won't do. That looks good. And sometimes I also put the tilak. Then only you can get the recognition. This is a good man. Otherwise you won't. So that is why you can look good. But actual thing is that whoever will come near you will be filled with joy. So Atma Rama Bhavati. We have seen Swami Gambhirananda Ji Maharaj. His picture is not here in Ganges, it is there. Gambhirananda Ji, he lost his eyesight, but full of joy. Whenever he is alone, he will be singing some bhajan. He was not a singer, the voice was also not so good, but he will be singing Ma ki amar kalore Shama. Oh, do you think my Shama, the Kali, is black? No. So that is a beautiful song, wonderful song. And he used to sing and play, like that is going. Then if somebody has come, oh, bolo, what is it? Now he will be again talking, and then the moment he goes, he will be thinking like that. So that way, this Atma Rama Bhavati, as Sri Ramakrishna, who never attended schools, who never read any book, forget about all the scriptures. But how could he say? Because of the realization. And all these things, Lakshana, all this manifested in his life. So the Vairavi Brahmani, she was proving, look at him. So every time all this, it is very, very rare. Only some descriptions is there in the scripture, but no one has seen it. Only 500 years before Sri Ramakrishna, Chaitanya was having some of it. So that is the reference, yes. But now this is Sri Ramakrishna. The Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, they were acharyas. They are the teachers. They are all very intellectual people. They give the explanation, but they are avataras. They live the life of religion. That's why Gandhiji said, the life of Sri Ramakrishna is life of religion itself. You need not to go and read religion separately. And particularly it is so difficult to give an idea about Hinduism. Hinduism actually, I am writing those things in separately small pieces. In our shrine trail, it will be there. I am expecting some of the people, interested people, they will coming. Students sometime may come in future. They will get an idea of the philosophy, the Buddhism, who founded Buddhism, when it was founded, what is their main point of teaching, etc., etc. So that way, but when he last came to Hinduism, it became so difficult. The later has become small, because you have to put so many things within it. So brahmacharya, garastha, vanaprastha, sannyas, you have to explain that why. And then what are the goal of the social life? So they are giving the training. When you are small, from there they are giving the training. And slowly it goes, and it says that Tattvamasi, thou art that. Where you are searching for God, you are God yourself. So it is a gradual transformation. and tripto bhavati, he is satisfied. And totally fearless. Why fearless? So many people are fearless. They will be, now the Halloween is coming. And then the Halloween days, all people will go for hunting ghost. Usually ghost we are supposed to hunt. But here the people are going to hunt the ghost. So it will be totally different. Now ghosts are scared where to go and hide. So they are very courageous people. But this is not that courage. The courage is, I am not going to die. That conviction, total conviction, I am not going to die. The 10th president of the Ramakrishna mission, Swami Ishatmananda ji, he had tremendous power, miraculous power, but he never wanted to show it, but sometimes it comes out. One brahmachari, young brahmachari, when he came to training center, you know when you were joining in the Ramakrishna mission, you have to spend 3 years in the center where you have joined. Then you are supposed to go to headquarters, Belur Math, 2 years training over there, every sort of training. Now for the American brahmacharis, they have given the relaxation because it's a costly thing to go, etc., etc. And moreover, the atmosphere, the weather, sometimes so harsh, it is so difficult for them. So now many are interested, but some they go, many they don't go. It's like this. But for Indians, you must have to go and there 2 years. This brahmachari came, and suddenly something happened. Right from his toe to the west, it started so much paining, some reason unknown. And he was almost bedridden, and the other brahmacharis used to take care of him. And he used to feel so sorry. I came here to learn, and sannyasi's life is to serve, not to be served. So that's why he was always feeling, what is this meaning of my life, etc. Then one day he requested his friends, can you please take me to the President Swamiji? I'd like to go and offer my pranam to him. They said, okay. They helped him. It was almost half a kilometer, 1 kilometer. The training center is this corner, President Swamiji's quarter is this corner. They carried him to him. Then he offered pranam. Holding his feet, he offered his pranam, he came back. And miraculously, next day he was perfect, complete. He was feeling no pain, he was just normal, walking. But people noticed the President Swamiji is not coming out of his room. He was so particular to go to temple, main temple, immediately after the food was offered, and he used to go. I have seen so many times. We used to observe from distance. And he used to come. Now 2 days, 3 days, he is not coming. Then they inquired what has happened to him, why he is not coming out. Then they said he has developed pain from waist to toe. And he is lying on his bed. Then from the 4th day, 5th day, 6th day, slowly started walking. Then I think after a week or so, he again in a normal routine he came. This time this brahmachari went over there again. When pranam was allowed for everyone again, this brahmachari went. The moment he offered his pranam, the Maharaj very softly said, remember, there are many other things to pray to Guru. Remember, there are many other things to pray to Guru. Nobody can understand what he is telling, whom he is telling. And when this brahmachari came back, started crying. What happened? His friends asked him, why you were suddenly crying? He said, I have made this. He suffered the last 7 days because of me. What I did, one day I was remembering that he is the disciple of Holy Mother. Vireshwarananda ji Maharaj was disciple of Holy Mother. And he has been blessed by Swami Brahmananda ji. This Brahmananda ji, Holy Mother, they have given so much of solace to so many people. They have taken out their all type of all miseries. Now my Guru, who is a disciple of Holy Mother, can't he do anything for me? So I am suffering. So with that prayer I went that day, I touched his feet, I became all right, but he suffered for me. And now I am feeling very sorry that I have made him suffer. So that is the tremendous power these people are having. Not that they cannot, they can. But at the same time, they behave just very, very ordinary. And again in their life, if you read, so this is what the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna. Now, this time we are going to meet that to see that the meeting of Sri Ramakrishna and the Vidyasagar. It was August 5th, 1882. Pandit Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar was born in the village of Birsingha, not far from Kamarpukur. Sri Ramakrishna's birthplace is the Kamarpukur, and he was not very far. He was known as a great scholar, educator, writer, and philanthropist. One of the creators of modern Bengali, the language. He was also well versed in Sanskrit grammar and poetry. His generosity made his name a household word with his countrymen, most of his income being given in charity to widows, orphans, students, and other needy people. Nor was his compassion limited to human beings. He stopped drinking milk for years so that the calves should not be deprived of it, for the cow milk. And he would not drive in a carriage for fear of causing discomfort to the horses. He used to walk. So that was his compassion. Swami Vivekananda, in one place he is telling, "There is not a man of my age in northern India," said Swami Vivekananda to Sister Nivedita, "on whom his shadow has not fallen." Michael Madhusudhan Datta described him as having the genius and wisdom of an ancient Indian sage, the energy of an Englishman, and the heart of a Bengali mother. It's not all mother, Bengali mother. And they're so compassionate. They even at the age of 60 years, they will be asking, "Oh, my son, have you eaten?" And son is embarrassed. But now, but no. So there's so much compassion. I have seen some of the mothers there in the European mothers, in the Andaman sea beach. The father and the mother, they will be bathing the small little baby. What he will do? He is going here and there. They dug it's called the sand. Then put the baby over there up to the chest, and kept the sand like this. He cannot come out. He is thriving like this on the sand, and both of them they in the water, they are swimming, enjoying the bath. Our mothers won't be able to do that. They will sacrifice the sea bath and all that, but will never the child like that. We are the strong. But our mothers are. So the Bengali mother, and wonderfully he is telling, energy of an Englishman. Once they think that they will do, they will do. And in our country, because of the weather and the food and all that, letharginess is there. Not that they cannot work. Same people, when they are coming to America and Europe, they are working very hard. But because of the weather, constantly, that type of weather, that atmosphere also, that makes them. So the energy of an Englishman and the wisdom of an ancient sage, a heart of a Bengali mother. Wonderfully, they are giving the description of Vidyasagar. He is the ocean of knowledge. Sri Ramakrishna is meeting him. There is a description. Then when he is going, who are there, as Master Mashay always is to give. But one very important thing, when from Dakshineshwar he is going there to Master Mahashay, along with the Master Mahasaya. Why Master Mahasaya? Because he was Master. Mahasaya means the teacher. Master means teacher. And Mahasaya is a respected. So that this respected person who was a teacher in the school of the Vidyasagar, naturally he was known to Vidyasagar. Sri Ramakrishna, the moment he came to know that he is serving people and helping others, poor, illiterate, all this, immediately the God himself is going to meet him. This is a very important point to note. God himself going to visit Vidyasagar, not as an accident. Not that Vidyasagar was a very rich man, known person, well established in the society. So Sri Ramakrishna is going to develop an acquaintance, not like that. So that proves whoever will work for other people, God will come to him. That proves. That is the reason Swamiji is telling again and again, if you work for others, for their betterment, with unselfishness, with no motive, know it for sure, you will realize God. Through unselfish work, one can reach the same goal where Buddha reached by his knowledge and Christ by his prayer. Again and again, these two personalities has been referred by Sri Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, because we consider them as God. And some people, as they call them orthodox Hindu, they will come and shout, why you have kept this photo? They are not Hindus. The what? So this is one is going through devotion, another going by knowledge. Through work, unselfish work, you can reach the same goal. So this is the realization. Sri Ramakrishna is coming to Vidyasagar. Why? Because he used to help the people so much he used to do. When this Michael Madhusudhan Datta, many of you must be knowing, he was a very good writer. He used to compose the sonnets, an excellent writer. But he was thinking that if I marry an English girl and go and settle in London, I will get all the respect as the British writer they get. But that was not. The Britishers are totally different, and they never liked the Indians in that way. And they never wanted that one Indian become so famous. They respected, okay, that much. He went over there and he started spending money like that, but there was no income. It became so hard for him even to go back to the country, India. He was not having money. Then again he wrote to Vidyasagar, please send me some money so that I can go back to country. If I like to die, I like to die over there. So he had to go back. He changed his religion. Michael Madhusudhan Datta, his name is Madhusudhan Datta. And when he was baptized, his name was Michael, they added. And there's a story, if you read, that was very interesting. His father was a landlord. And he never wanted that his son should accept the Christianity. So when he went to the church and he wanted to get the conversion, because the church is still there. If you go to Lal Bazaar, maybe some of you may be knowing, if you go to Lal Bazaar, the headquarters of the police, and just opposite there is a church, Armenian church. There he was converted into Christianity. His father came with all the latials. Latials means the people they used to fight. In those days, the police, army, that was not so active. So every rich person used to have their own personal bodyguards, and they used to have the sticks only. They were very ferocious fighters. So this latials, he came. Then the police guarded Michael, and he was so happy. Young man, he was getting so much of importance because he is getting changing the religion. He was happy. He changed his religion, even going against his father, etc., and this happened. So when this Michael Madhusudhan Datta came to Sri Ramakrishna, this point also we must remember, he himself is going to Vidyasagar. God himself is going to Vidyasagar. Because Vidyasagar is a learned man and he used to help people. Michael Madhusudan also very famous, very learned. And Michael came to visit Dakshineshwar. Sri Ramakrishna never met him. And when people requested, Michael has come, he is a very famous man, he will feel insulted if you don't meet him, he has come for you. He went and sat, looked at him, never talked a single sentence. Here we will read how he is cutting fun, making jokes and all this. With Michael, he never, not a single word. When he came back, then his Shevak, he was free with Thakur, Sri Ramakrishna. He said, could not say any word. The fellow came, he is such a nice man, he is a rich man, he is well established in the society. You never changed a single word. He said, what to do? Mother never allowed me to say any word to him. The two pictures we can side by side, we can keep. One person is coming to the door of God, but God is not blessing, giving the blessings. That moment. Not cursing also, not giving the blessings also. Rather shunning. So unfortunate. Why? Those who give away their own religion and culture only for name, fame, money, God cannot be with them. That proves. Whereas Vidyasagar, he was just an ordinary person, but God is going to him. Now we will find that when he is reaching, and that before that in the carriage, he was asking this question, that question, conversing, singing, all these things were going on. After reaching over there, when he is approaching near to Vidyasagar's house, this Master Mahashaya, same Sri Mahendranath Gupta, he was trying to point out a house where Raja Ram Mohan Rai lived. This is all same. When you go to Calcutta, all these places you can visit. It's very important for us. So when you go, when you see it, we remember. In future, someday, we all will go together and I will be your guide. Of course, I will read and go because I don't know much. So then that will be the wonderful places. So unique way, and Sri Ramakrishna expresses dissatisfaction. Don't talk like that. Now I don't like to listen to those. Suddenly his mood changed. He was becoming grave, as if going down within his own mind, meditating. Why? Because when he went to Vidyasagar and he saw Vidyasagar intently at his eyes, he looked at the Vidyasagar intently. This is the way the God can get all idea about us. We cannot hide anything. So that is the way, before God, everything is open. So he judged the Vidyasagar. So we will listen to the conversation, how Master, Vidyasagar, of course, like an ordinary man, he said, I like to drink water. Why he said like that? Drink water means he like to bring down his mind. Because his mind soaring high, and that was the very special characteristics of Sri Ramakrishna, as a two life at a time. The life of the ordinary worldly thing, and another, his mind is immediately going to the other side where we don't know what it is, and from there he can know anything and everything, and he wants to be normal, otherwise it will be difficult to talk. So he wanted to bring back his mind, so with a desire. Why our mind is here within the body, within the mind, and because of the desire, there are so many small desires are there. Sometimes it is expressed, sometimes it is unknown, but the desires are always there. That's why we are normal people. We say normal, of course it is not. Because Mon Chala Nija Niketane, that song, oh my mind, let us go back to the abode, about where? To God. Unless and until you realize God, this is not our natural thing, but we think. So, for our understanding, natural, normal thing, as we call, that means this present life. So, Sri Ramakrishna was coming back to that life. When after the war in the Kurukshetra, Arjuna, he asked Sri Krishna, can you please repeat those things that you told me? If I have forgotten those wonderful teachings that you gave to me. Sri Krishna said, I cannot. In those words that came out when I was Yoga Yukta, that time I was not a Krishna that you see now. That God only spoke through me. So that sometimes happened. About Sri Ramakrishna we can say constantly he was changing his mood, sometimes here, sometimes there. If you go to Dakshineshwar again, the room where he was and he was praying to Mother, I have realized you, I have seen you, I don't like to be separated from you. So what is the question of living in the human body? Then suddenly from the floor where he was rolling, crying like a child, from the floor one white smoke came up. And in that smoke he saw the face of a rishi. And the rishi told, you stay bhavamukha. You should be on the threshold of this worldly life and at the same time spiritual life. You have to live like that for some time. Then he became quiet. He knew what is his mission. Previously he was only, then he knew that what is his mission. Dharma sthapana, establishment of the dharma. And he understood his duties. Then he used to go up on the terrace, up that where the landlord is to live, the kuti badi they used to say. And standing on the terrace looking at the Ganges, he used to give the call. Where you are, my children, come to me. I have many things for you to give. I like to give to you. I have so many things. I am holding it for you only. Come, come, come. Then slowly, all these people, they started coming and he was distributing. From them, their next disciples, and now we are the third generation. And they say third generation grandchildren are very, even the grandparents, they love the grandchild than the son. So God loves us so much. So this we should remember. My Guru is the disciple of Holy Mother. Think of it. Just my Guru and Mother. So like this it is coming. There are so many people, Swamiji and the Guru and next man. Like this. So this way, he is doing, meeting him and the wonderful conversation. Vidyasagar was about 62 years old, 16 or 17 years older than the Sri Ramakrishna master. He lived in a 2-story house, etc. The master entering there, today at last I have come to the ocean. Sagar. Sagar means ocean. Today at last I have come to the ocean. Up till now I have seen only canals and a river at the most. But today I am face to face with the Sagar, ocean. See, so happy. So he is expressing in this way. Vidyasagar was also, he was a very, very learned man, and he is immediately answering, then please take home some salt water, because the ocean is salt water. If you have come to Sagar, ocean, then take some salt water. And everybody started laughing. Master, oh no, why salt water? You are not the ocean of ignorance. You are the ocean of vidya, knowledge. You are the ocean of condensed milk, Kshira Samudra, when the milk is there and then you boil, it becomes condensed. It's so tasty. And that you have become, all the goodness, whatever you are having, it has come now condensed. Vidyasagar, well, you may put it that way. Vidyasagar even could not reply to Sri Ramakrishna. One is Vidyasagar, the ocean of knowledge, and it was not just people who were telling like that. He got that title, Vidyasagar. There is because of his knowledge, the title he got from the society. The Pandit became silent. Now, Master Mahashaya, he is very nicely, he is putting this sentence, Pandit, the man of knowledge, became silent. To whom? Sri Ramakrishna, who never attended school at all. He used to go to the school when he was a child. That school is still there. They have kept it like that. And that's called Pathshala. Path means the reading and Shala means the area or the place. So that Pathshala is there. But he used to go and talk with his friends and used to tell the stories. All friends, all the children, students, they'll be listening to him than to the Guru. So Guru told, no, Gadadhar, you need not to come. Otherwise, my whole school, what I will do then? They are supposed to listen to the teacher. But when he started speaking, all will be listening to him. And his observation was so keen and so nice, so elaborate. The ladies in those days, they were not allowed to go to the market or some fair or some music places where all male will go and listen. This boy used to go. And when he used to come back, all ladies used to come and Gadai, please explain what happened over there. He will be explaining and giving every details in so vivid way. They used to enjoy a lot. So that was his speciality. So when Master told like that, Pandit became silent. Your activities are inspired by Swattva. See, it was just normal thing was going on, very fun. Suddenly, the depth of philosophy he is reaching. To other people, he said, we have already read, go to a person who is holy man or a devotee, then go to the secluded place, have the discrimination, what is good and what is bad, what is real and what is unreal, and then pray to God, develop faith. So this way, again and again, but at Vidyasagar, suddenly he is going to the philosophy. Look at it, because Vidyasagar will understand this depth. Your activities, Sri Ramakrishna is telling to Vidyasagar, are inspired by Sattva. This is the quality, Sattva, Raja, Tama. These three qualities I couldn't mention in that plate that we are preparing. How can he mention so many things? Though they are Rajasic, they are influenced by Sattva. The two qualities, these qualities make the people different. Same people, but one is a Rajasic, another is Swatik, another is Tamasic. Maybe three brothers of the same family. They are three different types. We have seen in our lives, we have seen in the TVs, movies, and so many stories are like that. Same brothers. Why? Because of the three qualities. And what are those qualities? In the Bhagavad Gita, in the 18th chapter, Bhagavan Krishna, he is describing this thing. Niyatam samgarahitam araga adveshata kritam afala prepsuna karma yat tat sattikam uchyate. Sri Ramakrishna mentioned, your all activities are inspired by Swattva. Why suddenly he mentioned like that? What does it mean? Here, work performed without attachment. Work performed without attachment, without hankering for the result of the work, without passion or hate. That is Sattvika karma. This is a very, very important thing in our life. Because like the olden days, we cannot retire in the jungle or in the cave or in total seclusion and then meditate on God. It is not possible now. Because in the atmosphere that we are growing up, there's so much of work activity. So that is already within us. We cannot remain like this. We have to work. Our nature will force us to work. So what is the way? The Gita teaches, Sri Ramakrishna is teaching. Do work, but don't be attached to the work. So that is the reason. There's the ashrama where I was there from the formative period of my life, that is Advaita ashrama. Our neighbor threw 2 plants. Morning when I came, I saw 2 tiny little plants are lying over there at the gate. Usually, they are very costly plants because they grow 5,000 years height in the hills only. I thought, why they are here? They will die. Let me put. We had a little place, small garden. We put them in. I thought they will die, but let us give it. Then I gave little water and this. After a long time, when I went over there, I saw huge 2 plants. And immediately I told someone, I planted these 2. And I narrated the story. They were lying. Then I thought, why I am telling this? I am not supposed to. But I went and patted those plants. I liked them, that now they are grown up like this. And I think they have also recognized me. So because some twig fall on my head, so I had to go like that. So it goes like this. So this is, we should not be attached with any work. Never. That is the beauty. I have seen immediately the reference comes in the life of our great Swamijis. Swami Gambhirananda ji, and there was another Swami, Swami Dayananda. And Dayananda ji came to America to spread the message of Vedanta. He was in Hollywood. But when he saw how wonderful the American system in the hospital, particularly the girls, the mothers, young mothers, how much care they take. They are not dying just because at a time of childbirth, they are not dying. In our country, it was a common. If the mother is surviving, means, oh, she is lucky. The death was so common. Why? He observed it. Being a sannyasi, they are not supposed to go to in the hospital in those particular area, but he went, learned, because his sister died at a time of the pregnancy. He went back to India and he said, I am going to start one hospital for the maternity to take care of the mothers and the child. All are taken aback. How come? We are sannyasis. We are not supposed to look at the girls. And now you are going to develop one type of activity which will be totally impossible. Lot of argument went, but he was adamant, no, I am going to do. Because his love to serve these mothers, they ultimately, the authority, they agreed with a condition. You should not leave this center. You have to, till death, you have to be here. After doing something suddenly, of course, here it is difficult to change. But in India, you can just apply to the headquarters, oh, I am not liking this place, or this work is not. So they will give you an option to change. But they said, no, condition you cannot. When I met him, he was on the wheelchair, retired. It started, we heard the story, with 2 rooms that only the tin shed. In one room, the tin shed only was there, and the wall was also made of the tin. In one room, the patients are there, mothers, children, nurse and all that. One lady nurse was there. Another room, Thakur, this shrine and the Swamiji. Bas, nothing else. That grew to a huge hospital. And so many, now if you go, it is impossible to recognize. Such a big hospital with so many varieties of disciplines are there, etc. When I met him, it was already established hospital and very popular hospital. But the Swamiji, who constructed the whole thing right from the one brick to second brick like that, he was totally unattached. If you are going to talk about the hospital, he said, no, I have already given away. The next man, now who is looking after, go and talk to him. Don't come and tell me all this. And he was living there itself. It's so difficult. So this is telling niyatam, constantly, sangarahitam. If anybody is going and telling about that, that also they are not listening. I saw Gambhirananda ji. He constructed the Advaita Asrama, but never. He was the General Secretary, very successful General Secretary. Administration, he was very successful. The next people, next generation, when they used to go to him, Swamiji about, no, I am not in administration now. I don't say anything. It is your business, your problem. Total detachment. Previous day he was there, next day, no. So it needs tremendous mental strength. When I was there, 100% there. The moment I am not there, 100% not there. That is called niyatam, sangarahitam, total detachment, or raga. There is no attachment. Raga means attachment. Dveshata, detachment to, aversion, kritam, of phalaprepshuna karma, yat tat sattika muchyate. That is the sattika karma. So Vidyasagar used to do like that, but Thakur is adding, though they are rajasic. Rajasic means there's something that he used to do that must have to be done, this and that. He was fighting because the orthodox people, he developed a movement that the widow should be remarried. It was unthinkable in our country that widow should remarry. The moment they are widow, at that time, widow means what? 10 years old girl, 6 years old girl. They never knew what is marriage. When they grew up, they heard that they are widow. What is marriage? What is husband? What is husband's household? They never could understand, and they understood that they are widow. They have to suffer, suffer, suffer and suffer. So that Vidyasagar, it was very difficult for him to accept because his heart was so full of love for these people. So he fought. Even some people, they wanted to kill him. Those people, in society always their opposition means they had sent some people, mercenaries, to kill him. But one man was there, Vidyasagar helped him. He himself, he was a very good fighter and tall figure. Vidyasagar never wanted, never heard him or asked him to guard him. But he used to constantly move with the Vidyasagar like a shadow. And many times he saved Vidyasagar like that. So that is, so Thakur is telling like Rajasic. There's so much of things are going on, fighting like that. So like a Rajasic, but it is Swatika work. Then he is telling, your activities are inspired by Swatta. Though they are Rajasic, they are influenced by Sattva. Compassion springs from Sattva. Though work for the good of others belong to Rajas. When you feel compassion for others, it is Sattva. But when you are working and for that that is Raja. Yet this Rajas has Sattva for its basis and is not harmful. Because it won't bound you, it's not harmful. Sukha and other sages cherished compassion in their minds to give people religious instruction. Sukadeva was a sannyasi before birth. So that's the highest character of a sannyasi. The moment they say what type of sannyasi one should become, like a Sukha. Sukha, the son of Vyasa. But he was not having the body consciousness at all. So that is to teach them about it. You are distributing food and learning. That is good too. If these activities are done in a selfless spirit, they lead to God. Very clear instruction. You are providing, giving them education, food and other help. Only this thing, if you give in a selfless manner, you lead to God. But most people work for fame and to acquire merit. Their activities are not selfless. Besides, they are already a Siddha. You are already a Siddha. Siddha means a perfected person. Now, the other day I went to Bengali Association, a group of people, the Poet Association, they like to work in Nepal, Bangladesh, India. They came here for fund, etc. They are working and they asked me to speak for 10 minutes. There, I think I mentioned it. I am not supposed to, but I just mentioned as because Ramakrishna's teachings are there, I told, it's very good that you are working for that. But you should have a philosophy behind the work. You will find so many in our country they call NGO, non-government organization. And they are all the time, so many people will be there. They are all helping, doing all this. But you have to understand for what. There are some ladies used to come in Andaman. They will be bringing some sets of clothing at a time of puja for distribution to the orphan children. 50 orphans they used to live with me, or rather I used to live with them, the 50 of them. So they used to bring the clothing, but before distribution they will be standing before a camera and all the pictures will be, then only they will hand it over, not before. So that, okay, at least with a photo if we get the new clothes is good. But they never could understand. Instead, if they had given secretly and with the whole compassion and love for the child, that would lead to God. So this is the teachings of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, and again next Tuesday we will be studying this. And we will find a simple word of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, how much depth it goes. In the Upanishad also it references there. And the personality like Vidyasagar was a very great scholar of Sanskrit too, couldn't reply. You'll listen to that. Let us offer pranam to the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai ishavataram parameshamidyam tam Ramakrishnam shirasa namamaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.